Sleep no be die. Shake no day. Shake no go come day. Until we reach Booyah. Until we reach Booyah. We shall never leave our journey halfway, oh. Until we reach Booyah. For November 2017, when Puwabia declared war for Ambazonia, our brothers and sisters them pick cutlass them. Our brothers and sisters them pin guns for defend homeland. Them be talk say them go crash Amba in 2 weeks, but not 10 years now I'm counting. The republic still nova fit crash Amba. Shame oh, for la republic. Shake no day. Small no be sick. Ambalanda we country. Sleep no be die. Ambalanda we country. All amba them for ground zero. Una chop fire. Una tighty. Una remember how this thing be there for 2018 now. Make una know the beat with people them. Make una go back for respect with people them. Make with people them. Una first line of defense. Una go see say them go the LF. Una give una information. Even give una chop, give una money. Now so we want them. Una di do a good job. We thank una for all the good work. Way una di do. Amba must be free. No be die, shake no day. Small no be sick, oh. Ambalanda we country. Wata na wata. Wata na wata. Small no be sick, oh. Ambalanda we country. Shake no day. Small no be sick, oh. Ambalanda we country. Sleep no be die. Ambalanda we country.
Good evening, fellow Ambazonians. Greetings to you all patriots and nationalists. There is no straight line in politics. It's not a linear process. This is, I think, the 5th time the Cameroon colonial government has reached out to the Ambazonian people calling for peace talks. We know the political climate in Cameroon. We all know the political situation in Cameroon. We know the chaos. We know the economic crisis. We know the instability. And we know the tension in Cameroon. We know the need and the necessity for urgency. As we explained to our people last week, the regime in Yaoundé, whether legitimate or illegitimate, that's none of our business. We know that they are desperate. A disputed election, a mockery process of some of their institutions like ELECAM and the Constitutional Council, a mockery of the inauguration and the oath ceremony. The world saw that. We explained to our people last week, the regime has to do two things to create a perception of legitimacy to the Cameroonese people and to the international community. The primary agenda is approach the international community with a new idea of a negotiated settlement. So we are masters of the game. We know their motives and we know their intentions. We understand Cameroon more than Cameroon understands itself. Their second problem is countering Issa Chiroma, who is projecting himself and outrightly challenging Mr. Biya. So now Cameroon has two presidents. The one in Yaoundé and the one in exile. Yaoundé had sent a delegation to Oslo, Norway, to meet with the same person they engineered and orchestrated his detention, the commander-in-chief of Ambazonian forces, the leader of Ambazonian liberation, Dr. Cholu Kasayaba. And the topic of discussion was the readiness, willingness of Cameroon's regime under Paul Biya or Ngongo or Atanganji, whoever is in charge, that they want to start peace talks, and they want to request the Ambazonian people to get ready for peace talks. Fellow Ambazonians, we all understand what is going for Cameroon. We all know the economic crisis where Cameroon is facing. We all know the political chaos where Cameroon is facing. We all know the instability where Cameroon is facing. We all know the election fight where Cameroon is facing. Cameroon, there are problems. All the problems the way Cameroon is facing, whether not the fight between Mr. Biya and Chiroma, whether not the fight between the population and the military, whether not the fight between the population and CPDM administrators, whether not the economic crisis where they face, whether not the high cost of living and the inflation where they face, whether not the insecurity problem where they face, all of Cameroon, their problems, they come as a result, they start as a result of Cameroon, an unwillingness for genuinely engage for a negotiation process where it could bring this conflict to an end. Cameroon, their biggest problem will not be the problem where they cause all the other problem them. Now their occupation of Ambazonia. Now their biggest problem that where they cause all the problem. The rise of Issa Chiroma, it comes as a result. The rise of Issa Chiroma, where it don't become the biggest challenger and a threat to the Bia's presidency. Not as a result of the unresolved Ambazonia conflict. So Cameroon understand that. Now where they don't reach for this place, now where their election be questionable, Mr. Bia, a presence for be the president of Cameroon, be questionable by themselves, by their own people, and by the international community. As we explained on 2 weeks ago, the Cameroon government now, under Mr. Bia, for what they call and say a new mandate, they got to do two things for project say, not then they be the legitimate government of Cameroon. Number one, they get for tell the international community, go back to the international community, go tell the international community, say, we want to start a dialogue, negotiation, and peace talks with the Ambazonian people then. Now the first way that way, they did try for gain a perception of legitimacy. Number two, for fight, for confront, most likely for kill, assassinate, or stop the momentum of Issa Chiroma. And the two things in this way, the Cameroon government, in the short term, in the medium term, and in the very long term, they get for deal with them, for solidify illegitimacy. So with this one, the Cameroon government don't send a delegation of their diplomats then to Oslo, Norway, for me to rule. The same person with a plan with the international community say make the stoppie, Dr. Cho Lucas Ayaba. Now number 5 times this, if I check and find, with the Cameroon government, it don't come with for the Ambazonian people to the Hague of Sea and to the Ambazonian people, talk say we want to negotiate the end to this conflict. So since politics not been a straight line, not been something when a 1 + 1 = 2, and I know that so most of them think, when I think say politics as something we go just take 1 + 1 and make and 2. So the Ambazonia Governing Council don't get a letter from the leader for tell the Ambazonia Governing Council, for tell the office of the Vice President and the leadership of Ambazonia Governing Council, say make the Ambazonian people, they start preparations for negotiations with Cameroon. Whether they do them out of desperation, whether they do them based on all this explanation, the way I don't tell you now, whether some of them go talk say we will not take them serious, whether we need for take them serious, whether we need for take them serious. The goal of leadership now for be open. Say at any time where the other side it talks say one talk, we also must be open for talk. We got for be sensible, for be realistic, say now the game of politics this. Now the same situation Gaza they face them, now the same situation there for Ukraine. Today they go talk, say they want to do talks, and then those talks they will stop. 2 months later, they start to the one talk. Now the nature of politics. Adjust the nature of politics until you reach to a point where things they be serious enough. There is so much pressure on the occupier where you not get no other choice than to talk. And when they see now say that pressure, they build on them. So they get a reason, they get motives, they get intention where they now force them for make sure say they want to talk in order for them to be seen as a legitimate government. So when they come and you know say they face those problems, you too must take advantage of those pressure points for them and make you not be like them. You be reluctant. You don't want to show up. You will talk say, oh, when I be don't come one time, when I want to talk, and then when I not talk. No, don't do like that. That one that they call you say you be a baby. you be childish, you be immature, you don't understand politics. So they don't come say they want to talk. Dr. Cho don't lay out 4 assignments on the Ambazonian people, on the Ambazonia Governing Council. Number 1, the Ambazonia Governing Council must start preparations for talks with Cameroon. Number 2, the Ambazonia Governing Council must mobilize the Ambazonian people, must reach out for all other movements, whether the movements where we agree with them or we disagree with them. Dr. Cho don't promise the Ambazonian people, say, at the time of negotiation, it will be an all-inclusive Ambazonia negotiation. So the AGOFC get a responsibility, just as all other times, for mobilize all other Ambazonian movements and Ambazonian leadership for prepare them for negotiations, for one negotiation. That means say all movements, all Ambazonian forces, all Ambazonian prisoners of war, some of them they call them say prisoners of conscience, Ambazonian refugees, Ambazonian NGOs, and some key Ambazonian traditional institutions. Everybody must be represented. We Ambazonian, real Ambazonian women movements, they could be represented. An all-inclusive process. All we go come together, and then all we now, we select the experts where they go now form the negotiating team for represent Ambazonia. Number 3, the AGOFC don't talk say they go start the preparation for provide workshops and seminars for the leaders them. Then Dr. Cho talk number 14 will be very important for, and I need to tell all Ambazonians. In the past, when they call for negotiations, some other Ambazonian movement, their leaders, they drag their foot. Dr. Cho don't tell say, make we tell the Ambazonian people. Any Ambazonian movement or a leader, we did drag a foot and he want play games and politics for whatever reason, the Ambazonia Governing Council, it will be ready for negotiate on behalf of the Ambazonian people with the Ambazonian forces. If other movement that they drag their foot, whether na pobia they drag their foot, say, oh, Muna not do this, Muna not do that, whatever reason, any leader and any movement, we go to drag a foot and they go want make Ambazonia not go negotiate with Cameroon, or for sure so will be divided. The Ambazonia Governing Council, it go rally the Ambazonia Defense Forces and rally all Ambazonian commanders and forces on the ground. Together, the AGOFC and Ambazonian forces, they go negotiate on behalf of the Ambazonian people then. I need to make this may be very clear for everybody. The AGOFC at this time, any movement and leader where you know want show maturity of purpose for a one negotiation for the Ambazonian people then. When the occupier talks, say don't be ready, you know want do the AGOFC go mobilize the Ambazonia Defense Forces, mobilize all Ambazonian forces, and go negotiate on behalf of the Ambazonian people then. And the message this way will be talk say, make we come bring them for now, and make we take them home, make we take them for various communities them, and make refugees, the leaders of refugees, movements and communities, make they start be in contact with the Secretary General of the Ambazonia Governing Council, make all we start for form the various institutions them for the discussion, so that all movements will start to get the discussion, and all movement will select delegates and people they will represent those movements will start to get background discussions and consultation for start to put a framework, an Ambazonia framework together. So while Cameroon the fight itself, yes, now Cameroon the fight itself, Chiroma versus Bia, the military versus the population versus CPDM. Now Cameroon the fight itself. So Ambazonia need to show a sense of maturity, a sense of unity, a sense of oneness of purpose. Our message is for una today. Before we go leave now with Dr. Cho a wise words. When he be tell we from South Africa, say when the time reach, that then they will come to we. We want also tell our people say, we don't finish a very successful, a very productive, and a very constructive meeting with key stakeholders for the international community for this discussion of a possible negotiation with Cameroon. We just finished that meeting this morning. And I want to thank all the key stakeholders for the international community, for the various countries where then they be part of this meeting for start the groundwork for these peace talks with Cameroon. So I want to thank our people for their commitment. I want to thank our people for these 9 years of fighting. And I want to thank all the commanders and all our generals and all our fighters. Then when I don't give the Ambazonian people the pillar we don't stand on top today. Ambazonia Day today, where they talk about a possible negotiated settlement, that because of the men and women of courage and of bravery, and because of the sacrifice of our picking them, of our mommy them, and because of our collective sacrifice as a people. Now I don't bring me for this day. As the leader talk, make everybody hold the line. Just because Cameroon want talk, it don't mean say the liberation don't come to an end. Now just the beginning of a new phase. We don't know whether these peace talks they go work. We don't know whether they go succeed. We don't know whether they go end. But the talk say they want talk. And we'll be very open to it. Why would they talk? Would they arm the ground? Would they strengthen our forces them? And would they prepare for the takeover plan? All right? Make we live now with the leader, a voice, a face, and a wisdom from South Africa. When he go visit South Africa, and what he be talk for them. Make we live now with that one.
I told you before, when the time comes, they will come to us. And I remind you, I know my national security advisor always reminds me I shouldn't utter certain words, but I say them so you don't forget. Because I know they are trying to take me down. But even if I'm not around, don't forget. You don't owe them child support. Don't forget the crimes they've committed against us. We, this generation, will defeat Cameroon in battle. They said they could fight. They said they had trained bees. They had United States provided tanks and warplanes. We want them to fight. We invite them to fight. We invite them to fight. Where them they? Where them they? Water na water. Ambazonians, don't be fooled. They fooled us before, not this generation. This is the never again generation that has decided to write the last chapter of its own history, to pen down the story of General Ivo, the bravery of our patriots who fought in trenches with den guns. The stakes are high. Negotiations is not to give you freedom. It's to maintain the status quo. To maintain stability for international exploitation and conspiracy against our own humanity. They aren't coming to talk for the liberation of our detainees, our prisoners of war. They come like Trojan horses with bayonets to murder our patriots volunteers. My fellow people, the kind of country we want to leave to the next generation is one where people find peace and happiness and hope. Where people can laugh even in poverty. They can transform their own society to reflect the kind of society they want to build. We want to build a country where he can walk in and feel at home, where she can walk in and feel at home. We want to build a country where if you are a hairdresser, you take pride in creating beauty. If you are a farmer, you are happy producing cassava, being able to turn it into gari and find the market 6,000 kilometers away. We want to build a country where we can have a curriculum of education that empowers our people to capture the creative energy of sunlight and power every home. We want to make sure you can capture the rain of the raining season and make sure you can still eat fresh fruit in the dry season. We want to build a country where you can find peace, you can unite your body and your soul and have hope even in poverty. We want to build a country for all of you. So when your final days shall come and you bequeath to the next generation something better than was given to you. That's why you've taken time off to come to this hall today. You're the finest, you are the bravest, you are the warriors of our war of independence. Don't let anyone fool you. I stand between you and your colonizers. And I'll make sure you're going to have your freedom. Freedom is a universal currency. It's valid through time and space. And as a human being, you should take pride in it. I thank you for your sacrifices, for your dedication. I thank you for the investment you've made in the last years, for having hope in this leadership. You are the grassroots. You must have taken note, as he said, you are the vanguard of our revolution. If you look through this hall, we have Ambazonians, professors and doctors in South Africa. You will find very few of them around. You will decide who will govern you. All those in exile must think like entrepreneurs, opportunity creators, for those battling in the bushes, for those fighting on a daily basis. I ask all of you to recommit. In the next few months, we can write Cameroon's obituary in our homeland. Thank you, fellow Ambazonians. Thank you, South Africans, for coming here tonight. God bless you all, and God protect Ambazonia.
You see, I say,
I told you before,
shake no go come there until we reach Booyah. Until we reach Booyah, we shall never, never leave our journey halfway. Oh, until we reach Booyah. It is start for November 2017. When Puwabia declare war for Ambazonia, our brothers and sisters them pick cutlass them. Our brothers and sisters them pin them guns for defend homeland. Them fit up say them go crash Amba in 2 weeks, but not 10 years now I'm counting. The republic still nova fit crash Amba. Shame for la republic. Sleep no be die. Small no be sick. Ambalanda for ground zero. Una chop fire, una tighty. Una remember how this thing be there for 2018 now. Make una know the country people them for asking money. Make una know the beat with people them. Make una go back for respect with people them. Make with people them una first line of defense. Una go see say them go the LM. Una give una information, even give una chop, give una money. Now so we want them. Una di do a good job. We thank una for all the good work. Way una di do. Amba must be free. Sleep no be die. Yeah. Shake shake no day. Small no be sick. Oh. Amba that now we country. Wata na wata. Wata na wata. Small no be sick. Oh. Amba that now we country. Shake shake no day.